Hi, prayer fam. So, I want to share with us a practical example of why we need to pray. And not just pray, but pray strategically, meaningful, and in depth types of prayers. I want to use a piece of furniture from my home. Now, for months, my husband and I have been wrestling with a piece of furniture back and forth, trying to figure out, trying to get all kinds of expert knowledge as to how to resolve the problem with this furniture. Now, ever since it set foot into our home, we realized that it seemed to have been infested with some pest of the soil. We could not identify what that is. We couldn't identify where it was coming from. All we know that this piece of furniture had a problem. Powdery substances were always on the top of the furniture. Holes upon holes, new holes were just popping up. No matter how you clean it, new holes were just there developing day after day. Now, of course, after a while, it became frustrating because there is no point. You cannot use it. It was a chest of drawers. You can't use it. The drawers were filled with the powdery substances. And as I said, no matter how you addressed it by cleaning it, the holes would come, new holes would still form, and the powdery substance would still come back in seconds, right? So after a while, we said, no, this can't continue, and we decided that we're going to get rid of this thing. We're going to put it out of the gate because it cannot continue. So my husband said, but we have a friend where, can get rid of the problem because he does pest control and he's in the business of it. So me I say, how come we didn't think of that from before? May we never be forgotten. May our service to the kingdom, our professional services, our care and whatever it is that we have to serve to the world, may it never be forgotten, may it never be overlooked, right? May the Lord help us to be seen and identified in the right seasons of our lives. So anyhow, the Lord brought this friend back to mind, and we called him up, and in an instant he was there, and he sprayed down the furniture and everything. Now when we looked at it after the chemical soaked in and everything, we realized that there were some little teeny thing. I don't even know what they're called up to this point. I don't know what they're called. All I know is that they started to come to the surface of the furniture, right? So clearly they were embedded into the board, the wood, deeply rooted into the wood, and they would not move until there was something that could get them out of their places of comfort. Now, as I thought about this, the Lord gave me this inspiration that it is the same thing for us in our prayer lives, in our lives in general. Now, we realize that there are some major problems in our lives. We see the effects of the problems. We see say we can't get a good job. We see say we can't pass the subject. We see say we get money, but the money just doesn't stay with us. We see that there are failed relationships. There are sicknesses after sicknesses. There are debts after debts. There are just many evil cycles, many unprofitable cycles in our lives that we cannot figure out. No matter how we try to fix the problem, we try to go to school and get a better education, yet you come out with a mediocre job just the same. You do the most, you put in the work so that things are better off. The solution is applied to the situation, but the problem is still existing. Just like us, we wipe down the furniture with everything that we knew we could use at home, but the problem still exists. Within seconds, the powdery substance would come back. So no matter how you try, the problem is still there. When the problem is gonna be resolved, my friends, when it is that we address the root of the problem through prayer, through fasting and meaningful and strategic warfare type of prayers, when it is that we go to the Lord and we seek his face as to what the solution is for this matter at hand, that is when he will reveal to us the strategies to overcome the curses, the chants, the spells, the hexes that have been released over our lives, our bloodline, our generation, our family, whatever it is. The Lord will reveal to us how it is that we ought to address them. And when we address them in prayer, sincere, meaningful, authoritative, effective praying, you will start seeing the manifestation of the problems revealing themselves. And not just them revealing themselves, we will start to see the matter being resolved. Because I tell you, when that man sprayed the piece of furniture, I never see no more powder come up on the thing. I don't see any more holes being formed on it. I don't see the effects of the problem that existed before, right? Not we weren't seeing the ill effects of what was happening before, because the problem was solved. My friends, don't sit in your messy situation and think that by chance, by luck, buck up, your problem is going to be fixed. Pray about it. Get into meaningful prayers and ensure that the root of the problem is being addressed. Let the prayer be the chemical that solves the situations in your lives. You have to get into prayer for the matter to be fixed. My friends, please keep on praying and wait for the results, the manifestations, the blessings, the productivities to follow. Keep on praying. Bless you.